and welcome once again to Ask Suzanna, the show where you share because I care. Now, I've had lots and lots of letters and texts about this subject that I'm going to deal with today. And it's a subject close to my heart because I do suffer around here. Got a little clue? First text is from a lady called Claire. She says, "Dear Suzanna, dark rings around my eyes. I want them gone. Claire." More of a demand than a question, Claire, but I will do my best to help. Another one from a lady called Michelle. She says, "Dear Suzanna, what is the best thing for eye bags? What is the best thing for dark circles? What is the best thing for fine lines and crow's feet? What if you have all three of these problems?" Well, Michelle, you don't seem to have an awful lot going for you, but I, again, will do my very best to ease your burden. And the final letter from Frances of Glaisbury. And she says, "Dear Suzanna, I seen your last post and I were very impressed. You was talking about the mid-50s face and you was very informative. And so I am writing today to ask for your help. My problem is I have fine lines appearing around my eyes and they are getting worser. And I'm hoping you could give me advice on how to make them more better. Any help what you can give would be most appreciated. Appreciated. Dear me. I would have writ sooner, but I were too busy teaching English. Please help, Frances." Well, you have quite clearly got a problem, Frances, but let's just deal with the fine lines. Now, before I talk about the creams and the lotions and the potions that I've got to help, let's talk a little about lifestyle. I was in bed the other night. I got a text from a lady at 3 a.m. and it said, "Dear Suzanna, I'm looking very, very tired. My eyes are baggy, dull and dark, if not a little haggard. Please help." I said, "Go to sleep, you fool." I mean, 3 o'clock in the morning. One has to be a little bit cruel to be kind sometimes. Don't phone me if you're going to bed at a silly time and you're not sleeping. Obviously, you'll have dark rings. Okay? Now, the other thing I want to talk about is hydration. You know how I love that word. But not only do we hydrate the skin, we have to hydrate within. I like that. It's a poem. Hydrate the skin, hydrate within. Because when one gets dehydrated rather, these areas underneath your eyes are very delicate and the skin is thinner and they're the places where it will show. So lots and lots and lots of water. Do I take my own advice? No, I don't, but I'm trying. But something mystifying and rather biblical happens when I try and get a glass of water. I'll leave the room and come into the kitchen for the water. I return with a large glass of white wine. I don't quite know what's going on, but I am doing my best. Okay, so you're going to bed at a decent time. You're not drinking too much alcohol and you're drinking plenty of water. What else can you do? Well, I have this vitamin E eye cream. It says 48H underneath, and that stands for 48 hours moisturization. That's how long it lasts. Now, this little thing does the works. It has light diffusing particles in it that will help the appearance of your dark rings. It has a smoothing texture that will smooth your fine lines. It will make you more awakened and refreshed, and it also helps with eye bags. Well, you're thinking, if that's the case, why do we need to use anything else? Well, that's a very good question. But you see, not everything suits everyone, even though this is for sensitive skin and all skin types. Not everyone will like it as much as the next person. One has one's favourite range, and it only makes sense for the Body Shop to bring out a makeup, an eye cream to complement that range. So, I, for the last 2 weeks, have been using the Drops of Youth range. Now, you know how I love that. I've already spoken once before about the bouncy eye mask. You see? Look at that. It has a complete bouncy gel-like formula, and you put this, you dab it on at night and in the morning as your moisturiser, or, which is what I do, 2 to 3 times a week, put more on and leave it overnight as a special sleeping mask. You wake up feeling refreshed, your eye area, your contour is better. It's helped me with my fine lines for definite, and I don't think my eye bags look as bad, or my dark shadows. It really has helped. Even though it doesn't mention dark shadows in the blurb, it's generally helps the whole area, and I highly recommend it. Now, as well as that, the Drops of Youth Concentrate, kind of like a pen, a massager. I wouldn't press on the eye, it might hurt. I would press in your hand and then figure of 8, rub round. It stimulates the circulation, and I'm always up for a bit of that. It also, I sometimes wear this in the as a change, as an alternative to the other, but in the mornings, because it refreshes and it gives me a more of a tightened firming approach as well, which is very, very nice. So I highly recommend the pair of these together. Also, what I've just started trialling, and so far I'm very pleased, the Oils of Life. This too is a little bit bouncy and gel-like. Look at that. It has a pearly structure, and it has light reflective particles, which again improve the areas and improve the look of dark circles. So this is particularly good for your darkness, I would say. It also refreshes and smooths, as do all the creams, to be perfectly honest. It's a very nice indeed, and I will continue to trial this for the next 2 weeks, and I will get back to you with the results. But so far, so good. Okay, what else? We have the Drops of Light air mask. Not eye mask. Eye cream. Now, this again stimulates the circulation. It has a little, as you can see, silver bit, and you rub it around. Very good, by the way, if you pop these in the fridge. Very refreshing and awakening. Now, this claims to be very good for the morning after the night before. It is a part of the brightening range. Very good if you have other stimulation. 1 second, someone's arriving. Don't come in, dear. I'm recording. Okay. Thank you. Someone's just arrived. I do apologise sometimes if my accent seems to slip. You see, I live with peasants, and sometimes one picks up their bad habits. I'm just waiting for him to come in. I do hope he doesn't. Okay, so that is the Drops of Youth eye cream, the Drops of Light, the Oils of Life, and the Drops of Youth Bouncy Eye Mask. And of course, not forgetting the iconic product itself, the vitamin E, a good all-rounder. I hope I've helped. Now, I'm going to leave it there, but just before I go, I would just like to have a word with Breeder. Now, Breeder, thank you for telling me about the unsightly lumps down below. You did send me a rather graphic photograph, just at the same time as I was about to eat my supper. I do apologise. I'm sorry. I would appreciate it, really, if you didn't send such pictures at meal times. But I have had a look, and they appear to me to be a pair of testicles. So if I were you, I would hot-foot it straight back to the HRT clinic and demand that they tweak your medication. Something's not quite right. Okay, dear? On that note, this is for you, Breeder. We're going to finish with a song just for you. It's been lovely talking to you. I'm Suzanna Newtanner. Don't have nightmares. Good night. Alexa, play. Alexa.